What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wrenching Wrecked. We were up at the shop earlier today messing around with motors and got home. Ended up being kind of a nice day. So fired this thing up and took it out for a ride. Couple issues. The throttle linkage that I didn't replace with the new one that I got over in pieces over on the bench right now. That's sitting there. I took it out on the old setup just because it was working and the throttle was returning okay, but it was binding up. So sticking throttle, not fun at all. I just took it on the main road and it worked fine in the neighborhood, and then of course lay into it a little bit. Here's where we're at. It's starting amazing. I have no issues on startability now, but from that little bit of shakedown run, it was breaking up like crazy. So I pulled the cap off of the carburetor and went, I think I put it in the middle slide. When I took this apart, I gotta go back to the carb video. I thought it was all the way down, which would give it the richest mix. I think I'm past that. So right now I don't even remember. We could figure out which way that is. When you drop the needle down, it raises the needle up. So I went to the richest setting and it's still sputtering a little bit. And before I dive any further into that, when I got back to the house, we got a wiggly mag. So I'm gonna have to snug down that base plate, which means the mag has to come off again and the carb has to come off again. Now, this is where it gets a little goofy. This thing was a pain to start with that 44 mil carb on there. However, internally, once I got it started and rode it, this thing ran really good with that 44 mil carb. Whatever the jetting settings were, whatever everything was laid out in there, I think what I might try and do, and it could just be the mag, but to me it feels more carb-ish. If you not womp on it, but if you slow roll into it, it's good to about just past 8th throttle, and then it starts to sputter again, which is kind of in that circuit. And if I can't fix it with the needle, I think I'm going to flip-flop the guts from this carb with that carb. So I'm going to take the internals, like the needle and the mixture adjusters, so basically the needle out of that and maybe the main jet out of that carb, because that pulled really well, really well. It was just such a pain to start, and then swap that into here and then kind of set that as the new baseline. Unfortunately, we're fighting the cold and it's getting more and more uncomfortable to ride. Today ended up being nice, so capitalizing on that, starting 1 or 2 kicks. So we got that figured out, but before I go any further, we definitely got to pull carb off, pull this off, get the throttle fixed before we can do the next run. The headlight's working, got it kind of jammed in there. It's still got a little more wiggle than I want, but quick little update for you. I don't know when I'm going to do the second part of this video, so whatever comes after this will be the next time I'm out here messing around with this, which could be a couple days with Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody enjoy it. We'll catch you later.